Here's just 5 reasons why. It starts with this beautiful RNA molecule that needs to be duplicated. This can't happen prebiotically. Notice that the template RNA is unfolded. RNA like this has no function. If it remains unfolded, it can't do anything and will never be selected for because replicating it doesn't grant any benefit, because it doesn't do anything. But if it was folded, it couldn't be duplicated. And the colder the water is, the more likely that it'd be folded up on itself as well. This handsome RNA also isn't bonded with anything else. Unlikely, especially considering that it could bond with itself and the overwhelming amounts of garbage floating around in nature, other interfering molecules and ions getting in the way. But water would also prevent the bonds we want, because hydrogen bonds between a nucleotide and the water itself are stronger than they are between individual nucleotides. In other words, these molecules are not single and ready to mingle. They've already got a honey. They also show free nucleotides in high concentration floating in water. Where do you even get high concentrations of free nucleotides on a prebiotic Earth? The same place you'd find high concentrations of free $100 bills. Only in your dreams. It's not degraded. Again, unlikely considering that its lifespan is similar to that of cottage cheese, especially since the water it'd be floating in would degrade the RNA and the individual nucleotides. This is why in laboratory synthesis, storage, and use of DNA monomers actually occurs in the absence of water. Not to mention ions that would damage the RNA, especially divalent cations like magnesium that cause RNA to cut itself into tiny pieces. Also, any increase in pH would destroy the RNA. Even if the template and complementary strand could form, they can't. Once they got to be longer than about 20 or 30 nucleotides, they'd permanently become a dead end, because not even boiling water could separate them without destroying them completely. So when this video says, "Here's how it works," you should translate it in your head to be, "Here's how it doesn't work, but we need it to work this way for our hypothesis to have any hope, so please be nice." But if the evidence isn't really there like they say, why do such smart people cling to a poorly supported, scientifically dubious belief? A big reason is something called
Methodological Naturalism.
This is a hidden philosophical starting point that ultimately assumes only one possible explanation: natural causes, no matter how remote or impossible the odds, and ignores all others, no matter how face-slappingly obvious.